Thank you for listening to Scandinavian Crimes Podcast. Be sure to check out the episode links and be part of our other social media platforms where you can leave a topic suggestion or even share some of your insights regarding the subject matter of the episode. We will always do our best to provide a well-researched episode, but sometimes due to limited access to information and translation issues, some information can be lost. It is therefore good to do your own research and get a deeper understanding of a case of your own interest. So with that all said, let us start today's episode.
Welcome to Scandinavian Crimes. My name is Devante, and say hello to my lovely, spooky co-host, Delila.
Hello.
I'm so dead.
I had to, okay. I didn't sound like a ghost, but I tried to, okay? My bad.
I'm going to keep it, though. And on this podcast, we will cover famous Scandinavian criminals who made their mark throughout Scandinavian history. So, happy Halloween, everyone. I know it's Monday, but by the time most of you will listen to this, it'll be Tuesday, which will mean it'll be Halloween. Stay safe, my friends.
Oh, wow. Scary.
I'm so dead. So today's episode is going to be a really, really mysterious and kind of crazy episode in some sense. This case is about the disappearance of a young woman named Riitta Järvinen. She had been on a hiking trip in the vast forest that surrounded this small Finnish town, but she had failed to return. Her last message was filled with fear and confusion, and it set the town on edge. So many in the area believed that this was the work of the occult that was kind of living in the forest and kind of its supernatural practices. So I want you to really sit down on this Halloween Eve. Grab your candy, grab your hot chocolate, grab your little cookies, and I want you to listen to the story of Riitta Järvinen. On December 2013, in the remote wilderness of northern Finland, where dense forest stretched as far as the eye can see, a chilling mystery began to unfold. Detective Riitta Mäkinen was called into a small town, Järvi. The investigation involved the disappearance of a young woman named Riitta. She had been hiking on a trip in the vast forest that surrounded the town, but had failed to return. As Riitta delved into the investigation, she uncovered a disturbing undercurrent in Järvi. Whispers of the enigmatic cult known as Metsäuskoinen, or better known as the Forest Believers, echoed through the town's folklore. They were said to have worshipped the ancient forest, conducting rituals that had remained hidden from outsiders for generations. Riitta then interviewed townspeople regarding the cult's existence, if anyone had known or interacted with the cult members themselves. The cult's beliefs were shrouded in mystery, but some spoke of dark ceremonies conducted deep within the forest, where rituals connected the believers to the very soul of the wilderness. Riitta was skeptical of these tales, but couldn't ignore the unsettling atmosphere that clung to Järvi. Riitta joined forces with Mikko Naiminen, a local tracker and police officer who had the knowledge of the forest and its paths. Together, they ventured into the wilderness following Riitta's last known route. The forest was very vast, its towering trees casting eerie shadows, and the oppressive silence added to their unease. Days turned into weeks as they discovered cryptic symbols etched into the tree trunks and the remnants of makeshift altars. The forest seemed to be hiding clues that hinted at the intricate puzzles. The disappearance of Riitta was no ordinary case, and Riitta was determined to uncover the truth. As Riitta and Mikko delved deeper into the forest, they uncovered an abandoned cabin hidden among the trees. Inside, they found journals and tomes filled with esoteric writings and sketches depicting strange rituals. The forest had yielded its secrets, revealing that the cult's presence was more than just simply a legend. On one chilling night, mid-February, while camped near the cabin, they heard distant chants and drum beats that seemed to emanate from deep within the forest. The eerie sounds left them with no doubt that the cult was indeed real, and they were closer to the truth than ever before. Hilda and Miko decided to infiltrate the cult's gathering to get more evidence. Disguised as forest wanderers, they ventured deep into the wilderness, following the haunting sounds of the cult's rituals. As they reached the heart of the forest, they stumbled upon a gathering of hooded figures swaying in rhythmic dance around a massive, ancient tree. They discreetly attended the ceremonies, taking notes and capturing photographic evidence to build a comprehensive understanding of the cult's rituals and hierarchy. The atmosphere was charged with otherworldly energy as the cultists chanted incantations and paid homage to the forest itself. The ritual climaxed, and Hilda and Miko were discovered by the cultists. A tense standoff ensued, and it became clear that the cult would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. Hilda and Miko were taken captive, and their lives hung in the balance. During their captivity, Hilda learned of the cult's reference of the forest and their belief that it held the key to unlocking ancient knowledge and power. The cultists were frantically devoted to their cause, and it seemed they would do anything to preserve their way of life. Hilda and Miko bided their time, awaiting for an opportunity to escape. One fateful night, during a fierce storm that raged through the forest, they managed to break free from their captors. As they raced through the trees, pursued by the cultists, they stumbled upon an ancient cave hidden beneath the roots of a colossal ancient tree. Inside the cave, they discover a trove of documents and relics that reveal the cult's true purpose, a quest for spiritual enlightenment, and a belief that the forest held the answers to life's mystery, or so they thought. Hilda and Miko confronted the cult's leader, a charismatic figure who believed he could unlock the forest's secret and attain a higher state of being. The leader began to question the consequences of his actions as Hilda and Miko presented evidence of the harm caused by their rituals. With the cult's cooperation, they were able to uncover the location where Riitta had been held captive. The young woman was found, shaken, but alive, and the truth about the cult's activities was revealed to the town of Järvi. The townspeople were left in shock as the revelation about the cult came to light. Some were horrified by the truth, while others began to question their very own beliefs. The forest, once a source of fear and suspicion, was now seen in a new light, as a place of beauty and wonder. Hilda and Miko's dedication to solving the mystery had brought the town together, and the forest was no longer a symbol of fear, but a source of pride and reverence. The scars left by the cult's activities would take time to heal, but the town had a new sense of unity and purpose. In the aftermath of the cult's exposure, Järvi found itself at a crossroads. The revelations had shaken up the foundations of the town, and the residents grappled with their beliefs and the knowledge that their neighbors had been involved in an enigmatic cult. While some were eager to distance themselves from the past, others were determined to rebuild and move forward. The town held community meetings to discuss the way ahead. With guidance from Hilda and Miko and a few former cult members who had renounced their previous beliefs, they began the process of reconciliation and healing. The cult's practices were abandoned, and the townspeople started to reconnect with the forest in a more harmonious way. Despite the positive changes in Järvi, Hilda couldn't shake the nagging feeling that there was more to this story than they initially uncovered. Hilda sought the assistance of experts in anthropology and comparative religion. These specialists helped decipher the cryptic writings and shed light on the historical culture and context of the cult's practice. While reviewing the documents they had found in the cave, she stumbled upon a series of cryptic writings and symbols that seemed to hint at another layer of secrets. Hilda decided to delve deeper into the forest mysteries, compelled by an insatiable curiosity. She shared her findings with Miko, and together they embarked on this quest to unravel the remaining enigmas concealed within the forest depths. Their investigation led them to a hidden chamber deep within the forest, an ancient subterranean cavern known as the Haitian Holvi, or a spirit vault. Inside, they discovered a wealth of artifacts, including intricately carved totems and cryptic manuscripts. The writings describe the rituals that transcended the cult's beliefs, pointing to an even older and more elusive set of practices that predated the forest believers. These rituals were said to grant those who performed them a profound connection to the forest itself, offering insight and power beyond imagination. As they continued reading the cave markings, they found the ritual in its purest form was a way to reconnect to nature. But little did they know that the ritual on the cave walls were altered with darker intent. Hilda and Miko decided to reenact one of the ancient rituals described in the manuscripts. As they chanted the incantations, they made offerings to the spirits. A profound transformation quickly occurred. The forest seemed to respond to their presence, with the trees swaying in rhythm and then the wind whispering secrets in their ears. Hilda and Miko felt a profound connection to the natural world and a heightened awareness of the mysteries surrounding them. But the ritual quickly took a dark turn as the whispering started to arise in their surroundings. They began to fear the forces and stop the ritual before it could be completed. The ritual left them with more questions than answers. They were still uncertain about the true nature of the ancient practices they had uncovered. As they left the forest behind, Hilda couldn't help but wonder if some secrets were meant to remain hidden. The town of Ilsjärvi continued to evolve, embracing its newfound unity with the natural world and the mysteries that lay within. The unraveling of the cult's secrets was a complex and challenging process. Detective Hilda, along with police officer Miko, approached the investigation with a methodical and cautious method. They knew that uncovering the truth would require patience and attention to detail. Both knew that they have to follow several steps to achieve the best results possible. However, despite their efforts, Hilda and Miko couldn't fully unravel the mystery surrounding the cult and the forest. Some aspects of the ritual remain a mystery, and the true origins of the forest power remained a subject of speculation. The investigation did, however, shed light on the cult's potentially true purpose: the attempt to summon a Naki, a shape-shifting creature that can take the form of anything and anyone. The ritual required a living host to allow the Naki to walk the moat around freely in order to serve the purpose it was summoned for: to protect nature. After discovering this piece of information, Hilda and Miko had one question. Was it truly Riitta they found, or was it something else they accidentally unleashed?
Well, that was scary. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I mean, you don't live in Finland.
I mean, I live close enough. Like, we neighbors, you know. You're not supposed to say anything. You live in America. You're not going to have to deal with this.
You're right. I deal with real problems, school shootings.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, if we're going to talk about, like, this whole story, what kind of throws me off a little bit is that it seems like the cult people, they just wanted to be connected to the nature part. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they understood what, like, they could have unleashed, you know, because I believe in stuff like this, you know.
You know I do too.
So, like, I think they just like, oh, nature, we just want to be like, if we pray and do these things. I think probably the cult leader.
Yeah.
I think he knew, because he was all about power and stuff. But I think the members were just like, we believe in this forest and stuff. And even they were able to make sure that the, like, townspeople also had some type of belief in the nature and, like, and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't think that the cult members initially knew about the Naki.
But I think to some level...
And I'm glad that Hilda was able to, like, you know, continue and investigate it more because, like, you know...
I feel like at least the town people had to, like... I feel like the town people probably had an idea of what the cult was up to in order for there to even be fear of the forest. So... But,
I mean, that's...
I think to some level, someone must have knew something at one point and told the townspeople, which is why everyone was so afraid to go into the forest.
Because now that I think about it, Hilda did say, you guys are doing some dangerous stuff, but we didn't really get to know what they did.
Right.
Because they would just they did kind of kidnap Riitta, I guess.
Did they kidnap her, or did she just simply, go missing?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like, based from the story, that they had her captured and they found her. And then, but we don't know if Riitta is Riitta, It might be Anaki.
So you think like she was replaced? Like it was one of those things, like a skinwalker situation?
I deadass believe that. Have you guys seen all the horror movies out there? They'd be like looking all innocent. Have you guys seen Annabelle? Okay, like you guys know that stuff. Like after watching Annabelle, I'm like, I don't trust nobody no more. That's why you don't go, you don't investigate. So I'm honestly, Hilda, so much courage to you. Like, you were able to even start the chanting and stuff. If I see any little tree dance with the rhythm of my beat, I'm gonna run.
That's how you know they're. Look, this is a very genuine response. I'm curious, audience, why? I feel like most Black people don't do this.
Black people don't do this. No.
We don't do this. Like, if I see something,
it's not a thing.
It can stay over there. But you guys want to investigate.
I can understand that she wants to do it though, because both
she was finding a missing person.
And also she found her and they finished everything. She just was feeling that something is missing. She's a great detective. I'm not and she's all detectives are curious. They tried to solve everything, and she even went above and beyond, to finish the case. And Miko was just down for the ride. He's like, let's go,
yeah, that could have been me.
I thought it was cool, but I would if the trees dancing and stuff and whisper, I'm like, no. If I hear anybody whisper and it's nobody there, I'm just gonna throw salt and stuff and burn the whole forest. I'm like, nope. I'm out.
I'm just curious, is the Naki and excuse me, I had to clear my throat. I was just curious if the Naki was intentionally not the Naki intentionally. I just want to know if Naki, is it a force that's meant to protect nature, or if it's a being that is that can be used to protect nature. I don't know if its natural state is nature, protection, Captain Planet.
It could be a forest spirit or something, or it is not. I'm thinking more it's a darker kind of entity. You know how certain spirits or demons can get the form of the forest rage, or get a soul, basically. I guess you kind of try to get that. But if you're gonna go down in mythology or folklores, there are spirits and stuff, and there's it's hard for me to say, honestly. I guess it's just a form of entity, or maybe some type of demigod or something. I don't know.
At least from what I see, I think you're right about the spirit part. It seems like Nakis are usually male spirits, but supposedly they can possess, obviously hosts, because they're just spirits.
They need a host to awaken, apparently. So I don't know what they will achieve after they possess. Are they going to be haha? Or maybe they can take over another host and just keep switching between hosts to just maybe get a politician or something so that they can change stuff. I don't know. I don't know what type of powers a Naki have. But it seems based on the scripts and stuff that it's OP, I'm not gonna mess with that. So either way, anything spiritual, I'm out. I'm not gonna deal with that.
If it second I hear supernatural, when I see those movies, they be talking about let's play with a Ouija board. I'm like, nope, I'm going home. If I ever run into someone who's let's go play with a Ouija board, or an embalmed dead hand on Talk to Me or something, I'm going home. Don't come around me. Leave me alone.
You can do that. Risk your life. I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna be part of this. I'm not gonna be in the same house. No. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm leaving.
It could be that Anaki can use probably like darker magic because, you know, it's a evil spirit or like a mad spirit.
But I'm wondering why though. Like, what made them like? Why did they summon it in the town though? Was the town doing something to nature that was like?
No, I'm thinking about like they did it in the forest. Obviously, they did the whole ritual in the forest, and honestly, I think it's probably because of environmentally reasons. Like the forest, the animals, everybody living there is probably dealing with other things. Like I think back then, I mean, they still do that, but at least in Sweden, we do cut down trees and or we try to like build more and stuff. So it could be that type of change affects the forest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like just looking out, like I'm living like close to a forest and they keep building stuff and expanding, and all the animals keep being closer and closer to us humans, to the like they keep changing their location because they had nowhere to be now because the forest is kind of like being cut down so that it has space for something else. So it could be like environmental reasons that they felt like we have to do something and we have to like summon a Naki, but they didn't really know that they were going to summon a Naki. They just wanted to do something to change because they believed in nature and natural ways and stuff like that. The natural way of life and stuff.
That's interesting. So you're telling me you could potentially live next to a Naki? Or at least the area where they can summon one.
Why are you doing this to me? Like,
I'm joking. But I mean,
but do you believe that Riitta was found, or do you believe that Riitta is a shapeshifter Naki?
First of all, if we can acknowledge that skinwalkers exist, which most people on the internet would agree that skinwalkers exist, and who's to say that this is probably another cultural version of this, where the Naki could be like, you know, like you said, it's a spirit that took her form because she was missing for, what was it, weeks or months or something like that?
Weeks. Like, who fed her? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for weeks she was missing.
I mean, you can live off the forest, but it all depends on what the forest can. Like, that was during winter.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing there. Like, it's cold and it's like.
Yeah, so that's what makes it suspicious. Like, how long she was missing food.
If the cold people didn't feed her, but we don't know that. Like, we can assume that. But maybe, you know, after some time, she doesn't need food if she's a Naki, because maybe they get food somewhere else. If a Naki needs a sacrifice to be, like, born, then what stops the Naki to, like, devour humans to be able to continue?
Yeah.
Maybe the Naki felt like, okay, we have to kill humans to be able to do things. So what if Nakis just want to kill humans because it's like it's in their way of having a normal forest life?
I mean, that would make sense. You know, that's literally the sole purpose of.
Yeah, I think that's more reasonable. Like, I don't deny. Like, I can understand. Okay, well, the reason I'm saying stuff like this is like I'm watching also Yu Kaisen, and there's like. It's an anime, and it's kind of have like this evil spirit who is like also the same type of like nature, based on nature and forest life, and want to like kill humans because they just ruin the whole, you know, environment and forest and stuff. And I just assume that Anaki is the same kind of like principle.
Yeah. I mean, this probably, like I said, that's the whole purpose, supposedly, at least based on what we see. It's to protect the forest. So I would get why they summoned it in the first place. But obviously, you already know what I think about things like this. I'm like, when you start messing with supernatural, I'm like, you can't really control things like that. And you don't know how far it's going to go. You don't know the damage it can do. And maybe that was a part of the reason why the forest was, they said the rituals that they were doing based on the townspeople's perspective, they were kind of damaging some of the forest in itself to, I guess, do this ritual maybe, but, you know.
Or maybe they were damaging the town, like.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying. That, at least from the
But
perspective.
I just wonder, what did the town people do? Like, maybe they're just like, we're not going to tell what we did. Maybe they did things and just angered the cult, like the cult people.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
They probably did something and just didn't want to say anything. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we're the victims, but
we're the victims. Sorry.
But either way, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to supernatural things like this, leave it alone. Don't just leave it where it is. Leave it be.
Don't go to haunted houses. I don't care if it's Halloween. I don't care about nothing like that. Don't do Bloody Mary in front of the mirror. Don't do like anything ghosty. Just survive. You can't fight something that is not alive, okay?
Yes.
So you can watch a horror movie. That's fine, I guess. But like, I don't even do that. I do it in daylight. I have the lowest of the lowest volume, and I watch it from my phone where I can just throw it away if I have to.
Yeah, you're definitely horrible with scary movies.
But that's me, because I'm scared. Stuff like that.
Either way, if you've continued to listen to this story all the way up until this point, I really appreciate you as a listener. And also, we have a surprise for you. The story was entirely fake. It was made up. It was just a little Halloween special. It was just a little Halloween special. Just,
trick
something.
Or treat, but you got tricked.
I'm so dead.
Surprise.
As you can hear, Delilah is very
Gotcha. Sorry, I wanted to fool you guys because trick and treat and stuff like that.
Yes, this entire story was made up. Now, if we see comments from people like, oh, the story is not real, or something about Naki bullshit, whatever.
We don't even know if it's real either. This is
we don't know if it's real. This is
completely fictional, like, story.
Yeah, we don't know. There is
nothing is real. I mean, some of the places are real, but like,
yeah, we don't know. But
we don't know if Nakis exist either. We just,
or do they? Or do they? So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a little lighthearted. Just not lighthearted specifically the story, but just a little nice little fun for Halloween. Last year we did an actual story, but this year we wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit, kind of give you a little taste of a little trick. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed spending time with us. And while you're listening to this, be safe out there on Halloween, but seriously, do not go into any haunted houses. Don't do any of that cultic supernatural stuff. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You can't fight that stuff. You can't punch it. So just enjoy yourself, have a good time, be safe out there with your friends. Food wise, Halloween theme, let's do candies.
Yes, I like sour candies. The skeleton sour candies. I don't know if you guys have that in America, but y'all who's from Sweden, you know what I mean.
I'm dead. I am a basic bitch. I like Laffy Taffies. Like when you go out, they give you Laffy Taffies.
What is a Laffy Taffy?
It's taffy.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just called Laffy Taffy, but come in different colors, different flavors. Blueberry is really good. Cherry is really good. They got different. Those are like my favorite to get. Like when you get it dumped
simple. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm basic.
fine.
I'm basic.
That's fine.
Snickers is the next thing because the salt and savory with the sweet kind of makes it feel like you're eating food, but not really. You're not yourself when you don't eat a Snickers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love that.
Or the saying better says, "You're not yourself when you're hungry." Then grab a Snickers. So something like that. So those are usually the top go-tos, at least.
But we shouldn't say that because we're not sponsored by it. Like, I don't know. It's a copyright thing. I don't freaking know. Either way,
we eat Snickers.
But you said the slogan. Okay, I don't know.
It's fine. We're not trying to monetize the slogan. I'm done. So I hope you enjoy yourselves out there. Be safe. Pay attention. Just because we had a fun little episode today does not mean you can go around and not paying attention. Make sure you stay safe. Look out for your surroundings. Look out for the people you care about. And if anything does happen and you happen to hear this episode before, and I pray to God that it doesn't, fight for your life. And yeah, we'll catch you next week with another succulent and juicy and real case. Yeah. So we shall see you guys next week.
Have a spooky, happy Halloween. Bye.